Have you ever said, God, why is this taking so long? Whether you're in the thick of the delay, disappointment, or painful detours, I want you to know God wastes nothing. In this video today, I will walk you through healing and hope after life's hardest seasons. I know some people right now may feel like life left them behind, like they are stuck in delay, disappointments, and detours, and somewhere, somehow, they're seeing others move forward, and they are still asking God when. So here is the truth. Delay is not denial. Disappointment does not define your identity, and detours, sometimes they are often divine. The aim of this video is to show you that what felt like lost time can become launch time, and there is healing, clarity, and yes, a comeback in God's plan. I don't just show up here to read scripts for you. I show up here to share some of my real life experiences because I know somewhere, somehow, it's going to help someone do better and have a better life. I know what it's like to feel behind or delayed. I've experienced really bad disappointments, especially in relationships that felt promising but ended drastically. In fact, there was a particular one I could feel the knife in my heart. And don't ask me how I felt because it was a bad experience and I don't wish it for my enemy. Anywho, we move. I've started projects that felt so promising and I was so convinced in my heart that I couldn't fail, only to watch them fail or get redirected. So for so many years, I thought I missed it, or maybe I wasn't just good enough, And sometimes I feel like, God, did you really leave me out of your blessings? Trust me, it wasn't a fun period for me as well, because I could not just wrap my head around why the breakthrough was not just forthcoming. But now I know better, and there's a particular scripture that helped me hang in there, and that scripture just keeps ringing in my head. And I think it's in Romans 8:28, which says all things work together for our good. So what that scripture reminds me of is, God did not say some things. He didn't say just the good things. He said all things. So that includes the delay you didn't plan, the disappointment you didn't expect, even the detours that you never saw coming or would not even choose. Good thing here is we didn't put that scripture in the Bible. So if that scripture is in the Bible, that means it is the truth. And if God said it, who are we to believe otherwise? I know someone somewhere is saying right now, oh, it's easier said than done. I get it. You see, when these things happen, we don't see the beauty in the spur of the moment. We don't see the reasons in the spur of the moment until we look into the rearview mirror of our lives. So there's something I heard someone say one time, that we don't connect the dots looking forward. We can only connect them looking backwards, which I think is absolutely accurate. Because that is when you realize that the delay wasn't denial, it was working something out for you. The disappointment wasn't punishment, it was preparation. And the detour was not destruction, it was redirection. So let's discuss how to heal from delay, disappointment, and detours. And I'll be sharing with you 3 simple but powerful steps. So the first step is to acknowledge the pain without judging yourself. Don't let the delay, disappointment, or detours define you. Don't let it give you an identity that is not yours. It's okay to say, oh, this hurts so much, and let out the pain, but immediately detach yourself from it. So I'll give you an example. So many people have allowed their pain to define them. So many people have allowed their trauma to label them. So many people have allowed, the things they've experienced to give them a new identity. So it's stopping them from, playing full out. It's stopping them from stepping into who they truly are, just because of this delay, these disappointments, and these detours. And sometimes they didn't show up to destroy you. They didn't show up to damage you. They probably showed up to prepare you and propel you for what's ahead of you. The second step is to invite God into the disappointment. And I'll share a simple recipe I use when I'm being faced with delays, disappointment, or detours. The first thing is I reframe the situation and almost immediately flip my perspective. So instead of letting it weigh me down, I start to ask God questions. And questions like, God, what are you teaching me in this moment? What do you want me to do differently from what I am doing? What is this delay trying to tell me? What is this disappointment, saying? Why do I have this detour? Like, why are you redirecting my path? Is it to serve my purpose? I start to ask questions. And trust me, when you start to ask questions in delay, disappointment, or detours, it makes it easy for you to bear the pain. It makes it easy for you to understand why they showed up. And trust me, this has been so helpful over time, because sometimes the healing won't start until you flip your perspective. The healing won't start until you ask better questions. The healing will not start until you know why they showed up. So instead of you wallowing in pain, instead of you drowning yourself in your tears, just reframe the situation, flip your perspective, and ask God questions. And by asking God questions, I do not mean questions like, oh God, why me? No, you need to ask better questions. God, what are you trying to teach me? What do you want me to learn? So it's just for you to, like, it's just having a relationship with someone and something happened and you are trying to ask the person, oh, why is this happening in this relationship? What is this thing, what is this thing doing to our relationship? So it's not for you to start crying and start saying, oh, so I can ask God questions. So let me start asking God, oh God, why me? Why do you have to do this to me? But it's not those kind of questions, please. It has to be better questions. And trust me, when you ask better questions, you get better answers. So the third step is to rebuild with meaning. Don't be too quick to rush back into activities. You need to pause and reflect. Many a times, people are always in a hurry to go back into activities to cover the pain. And this is where you miss it. Because if you rush back into activities, if you rush back into business, you miss what that pain came to do for you. You miss what that delay was for. You miss what that disappointment was for. You miss what that detour was for. So instead of you rushing into activities, pause and reflect. Reflect on the new version of you that is being born through the pain. Reflect on who that pain made you become. Reflect on what you gained from that pain and not what the pain stole from you. Because like this saying, there is no pain without gain. And if you're able to reflect from your gain, it makes your pain valid. So don't just be in a hurry to bury your pain, or don't be in a hurry to rush back into activities. Because sometimes God is not out to heal your wound. He wants to restore you. He wants to restore you with maybe more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So you have to know the gain you're taking away from that pain. So this is my charge to you. Whether you are experiencing delay, disappointment, or detours right now, I want you to know that you are not disqualified. You are not forgotten. You are just probably being prepared for what is ahead of you. And trust me, when you see what is ahead of you, when you get to that destination, you will be glad. You will look back, connect the dots, and be thankful to God that, you had to go through what you're going through now to get to where He's actually preparing for you. Before I let you go, let me share this with you. You see, all of my delays, disappointments, and detours redirected my path to purpose. And if they had not happened, trust me, I would not be on the path of purpose. And now, the path I am on is the best path anybody can be on. And I'm so grateful to God that all those delays, disappointments, and detours, actually happened. Because if they didn't happen, I probably have not been sensitive enough to the pain. I probably have not listened to God, to help me be on the path of purpose. And now I'm more grateful because I'm on the path of purpose. And this path is what I am inviting everybody to come on, because it's actually the best path to be on. So embrace the delay, experience the disappointments, and allow the detours, because it might just be redirecting your path to purpose. If this video hits home, kindly drop your thoughts in the comment section. Give it a thumbs up. It will go a long way. Share with another intentional soul. And most importantly, subscribe. And don't forget to always stay intentional with your actions. And I'll see you in the next video.